Spencer with Valley Implement Company in Preston, Idaho. I'm here to orient you a little to the product lineup that New Holland has for tractors. We're going to go over the differences between the Workmaster series and the Boomer series. If you look down the line I have here, I'm able to represent all of the New Holland Workmaster and Boomer series tractors, and I have them lined up in order to size, and this will give you just a little bit of a tutorial on how they come together. The first tractor we have in our product lineup is called the New Holland Workmaster 25S. The S is very important. It's the smaller size, and it is our Class 0.5 compact tractor. This is a great little unit. It's got a Yanmar diesel engine. It is non-turboed. It's recently released. It's a 2018-2019 model that is available now. And let me orient you to just a couple of things that I think we've done a really good job with this. Easy access to all of the motor to be able to check your fluids. We got a great grill guard. This is a really good loader you can take off and on very easy. A couple of other things, we got a rubber floor mat here, so when you get off and on, you're not going to slip, and you're going to do a good job in comfort as well. This has a seat with armrests, has a retractable seat belt, and as far as I'm concerned, this is one of the most comfortable seats in the industry. A nice high back and very comfortable. Now on the 3-point back here, we have a Class 0.5 tractor. We have a category 0.5 3-point as well. So this is a great little tractor if you need to put a mower deck on it, you need to do some light snow removal for someone that has 1 or 2 acres. This unit would do a great job. Okay? Now let me move you over here and I'll orient you next to the New Holland Boomer 24. The New Holland Boomer 24 is an interesting segment of tractor and one that you probably won't find with a lot of our competitors. A lot of our competitors run with a Class 0.5 or a Class 1 tractor, and this isn't the phrase you would use in our industry, but it's basically what I like to call a Class 0.75 because it's big enough that you can do a few more things than one of these smaller tractors, but still works wonderfully well in getting stuff done. This is our Boomer series tractor, has a few more fancy features. You can see here on the front it has nicer styling and a little bit better headlight package, and it has a 2-speed hydrostatic transmission. And all of our hydrostatic transmissions on the New Holland tractors have 2 pedals on them. So they're not the rocker style pedal, but there's a pedal for forward and a pedal for reverse. This has got a quick attach loader. It has a little bit better joystick mechanism on it than you'd see with the smaller Workmaster. It flows a little bit better and has a little bit more response on the loader, and it does a very good job there. It has a mid-mount PTO and it has a rear PTO. Now what that lets you do is quickly and easily either run a rear implement or run your mid-mount mower. And this one here has a mid-mount mower and it goes off and on very quick. I can take this off and on in under 2 minutes. I have to pull a pin at the front, pull a pin at the middle, and drop my PTO. And when I do that, I can completely take the mower off. I can drive on and drive off from that. So this is a great little tractor. Maybe if you had 2 or 3 acres, you wanted something a little bit more robust than the Workmaster, and you wanted to appreciate a few more features and benefits that this one has. This is a great little unit. We've had great success with this one on the market. This is a non-turbo motor, and this motor is built by Mitsubishi. So let's move over now to the next series here. And this is a Workmaster 25. You want to make sure you don't confuse the Workmaster 25 and what I previously showed you, the Workmaster 25S. The Workmaster 25S is the smaller one, this is the larger one. Okay, so we just barely reviewed the Boomer 24 and the Workmaster 25, and I would simply point out to you, these have the exact same motor. They're naturally aspirated motors, and they're a good Mitsubishi motor. This is our Workmaster series. It's our economy line, and it's got rugged benefits. It has our more traditional style loader. It's not going to lift quite as much as some of our bigger Workmasters, but if you want to save some money, you're going to save it basically as a result of 3 things on this. The more traditional loader will save you money. The styling without the fancy grille and hood and lighting package is going to save you money, and having a naturally aspirated smaller motor. So this is 25 horsepower. But in terms of the other features that this thing offers, this is a great little tractor. You've got a quick attach loader bucket. I like working with that. It's easy on and easy off. And it's a very reliable, tried and true system, and it's done a good job. If you are someone that just does an occasional weekend project and you're not in the landscaping business, you need to feed some animals and take care of some yard maintenance, this would be a wonderful unit for you that would do a great job in simple, easy on and off features that I've grown to appreciate, and this has been a good unit for us as well. On the back end here, it's got a Category 1 3-point, so all your Category 1 implements will take. And as we work up and look at some of these next sizes, you'll see that this one is a Class 1 compact tractor. You can see all the next three are going to have the same tire size. So it's about as big as you're going to get with one of these smaller motors. The next three that we're going to talk about in terms of transmissions, we offer a gear transmission, but I'm going to primarily focus here on the hydrostatic transmissions, which we have the higher take rate. I just remind you again, we have a forward and reverse rocker pedal, or excuse me, not a rocker pedal, but a forward pedal and a reverse pedal, and that's a 3-range hydrostatic transmission. So the hydrostatic transmission will let you pick your range and then go forward. Now I can lock this lever in if I want to speak with basically like a cruise control type feature, and I can lock my brake with this mechanism here. My joystick is relatively easy on and easy off. More of a simple unit, but a great machine that we've had great success with. Okay, so let me now move you over to the New Holland Workmaster 35. We're dealing with an upgrade here of 10 horsepower, but there's a few other things that you get that you need to be aware of. Still a quick attach bucket, but look at the loader shape here. I don't have the exact number for you, but the amount that this loader will lift compared to the Workmaster is significantly better, and we find less breakout problems because there's not these joints where they're welded. We have a single piece of iron that slopes through there. That does a very good job. Now, unlike our Workmaster, we have the very similar styling to all of our featured units, which is the better lighting package and a little bit fancier slope to it. And I do like that hood for when I'm seated on the tractor and I'm looking over it, I can actually see to the very end of that bucket relatively well. So I have here the owner's manuals that compare the New Holland Boomer tractors and Workmaster tractors in this category. And I can tell you, if you open the specification sheets and look down them, this entire page is identical in terms of the motor, the turbo, the horsepower, the cooling systems, the ratings on the starters and the alternators and everything. So the next two tractors we're going to look at, one is a Workmaster with the more basic features, one is the Boomer with a lot more features. But if you just look at the power plant, the transmission is the same, the motor is the same, and styling is somewhat similar. We're going to now talk about a few of the more detailed points that would make you consider whether you wanted to own a Workmaster or a Boomer, and I'll outline those a little bit for you here. So let's walk over to the Boomer if we can. And if you look at the Boomer, if you're a landscape contractor or someone who's spending quite a bit of time on these tractors and you're going to be working on it on a daily basis, you'll grow to appreciate these features. One of the things I like is this easy step, and the entire access around this area is just a little bit more desirable than the Workmaster. If you're filling and fueling from a 5-gallon bucket, it's so much easier to access the fuel right here. It's not bad on the Workmaster, but if you come over here to the Workmaster, you've got to just reach behind the seat and be up a little bit higher. So in some aspects, this seems to do a little bit better job. Let me also point out the differences in the seating. I've got a seat here again with an armrest. I've got a seat with a retractable seat belt. And then this seat is actually on slope. So if you look here, when I get a little bit farther to the back, this seat actually raises itself up, and it makes it a little bit easier to see from the edge of that bucket where I'm seated here in the workstation. Now compare that over here to the Workmaster. It's adequate for day-to-day use, but it just slides forward and back, and the seat doesn't have the armrests, and the retractable seat belt is not there, so these can kind of get a little bit in the way. You've also got this little piece of glass trim here. You'd be shocked at something small like this, but this is a huge difference. When you have a lot of mud splashing up on there, you stay way cleaner in this. And these are available in hydrostatic as well, but I happen to bring one here that has the gear transmission. The reason I did that is I love how the pedals are suspended from the top. They're very easy to push down. So even if you're getting one in a gear transmission, you're getting a lot of nice features. Remember again, the hydrostatic transmission is the same. 3 speeds that I can pick from on the Hydro as well. I really like the joystick on this Boomer. It does a very nice job. It's a little bit easier to operate than the Workmaster. The Workmaster is adequate, but this gives you just a little bit more usability. And then let me briefly point out how the cruise control works. On this one, I'm just going to push a button, very similar to like I do on my vehicle, to set it and hold the cruise control in place. It's electronic operated. If I come over here to the Workmaster, I basically need to set my position and then I lock it in with this handle. It works adequate, but it's not quite as easy to use. So you are going to spend more money if you choose to get into the Boomer tractor. And I believe if it purely boiled down to loader functionality or the motor or the transmission, I cannot give you any compelling reason to buy a Boomer. But if you appreciate some of those comforts in a workstation, if you're in the landscaping environment or you're trying to decide for day-to-day operational fatigue, the Boomer would be a strong choice to consider. So those are the ones we have to present to you today. There would be one other option I could show if I had one in stock with a cab, but these are the ones that we sell 90% of in our community. So if you have any questions, my name is Fred Tittenser, Valley Implement Company. You can Google and find us on the internet. We're in Preston, Idaho, Valley Implement Company. We'd be happy to walk you through any of these and answer any questions we could. Thank you so much.